Hello, welcome to my recap and reaction to Real Housewives of Potomac. I am Helene, and I'm going to try to do this week. Last week I couldn't really do it because I felt too emotionally provoked and gaslit. I think this show is a social experiment and not on the people who we think it is on. I believe it's on us, the viewing audience. But I'm going to give it a whirl this time. Hey Arnold, Beelzebub. See, this is why I don't want to do this, because I don't respect the character that Ashley is on this show. I know she's a real person and this is quote unquote reality, but I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt to humanity that this person that is Ashley, that is on my television screen, is a character. And she irks me as a character. She irks me when I watch. They're at the restaurant, still from last week. Candace goes to get Chris, bring him back to the table, and basically tell him, I was calm when you left. They rejoin the group. The group is embarrassed apparently by the antics of the table, and Giselle feels the need to apologize to the restaurant. They go on to discuss Karen discuss what happened, and she said it's a pissing contest and they're not running short of it. And she then informs the husbands at the table to get their wives together, essentially, by saying, if you don't gather your wives and their energy, they won't look apparently as good as her at the age of 58. And we shall rejoin them. Also, Giselle and Robin are looking for hotels to go, I guess, spend the night at instead of staying at the residence that Wendy picked out for them. I don't find it a problem that they want to find other residents for the night. But I also don't find it to be Wendy's fault. You most obviously told this woman through group chat that you were not going to arrive at her shindig, and per whatever reason, you have arrived. And she is accountable for your lodging to the extent that you have shelter. And she provided bed and shelter for you. All the extras is amenities of those who took the first invite. Bless your heart. I know many people don't like Robin because of Batman. The reality, though, is I've seen Robin be a fun character on this show, absent of Batman's presence. Quite honestly, it was during the first season when she was hanging out with Candace and it was just the two of them, because it was almost as if Candace gave her permission to have fun and be young. Because Robin is only 40 or 41 years old. Giselle is 10 years her senior. She's almost, or if not almost 10 years her senior. So Giselle is in a whole nother decade of life that Robin is a ways away in terms of getting there. She is closer to Ashley than she is, not Ashley. Well, yeah, Ashley and Candace's age than she is to Batman's age, but she clings to her as if she is a big auntie or somebody. It's the Tisha syndrome for me. She dims her light for Batman so Batman can shine instead of just being fun. And I'm with Karen when Karen says, listen, maybe Juan needs to come down here and just visit the girl so she will be away from the poor influence of Batman, because Batman is perpetually single. And I'm not saying that as a dig, because single can be fun and single can be content and validating to your existence. That's if you are whole. But I don't feel like Giselle is whole, and thus she needs Robin to be a crutch to back up everything she does, says, or thinks, because she doesn't have the fortitude to stand on her own. Let's continue watching. But to summarize what's going on, they down to the bus going back to the place. Everybody's on the bus and they're just kikiing. They're speaking about Chris's genitals. And is it brown? Is it white? He goes to pull it out and Candace checks him in the instance. Everybody's apparently still inebriated. Robin is chanting for Mia's husband to pull out his penguins. So, bless your heart. Ashley is lying down to the confessional saying everybody can talk about Michael, but he can conduct himself in front of people he just met. And I talked about this boat before when we first met him and how creepy he was on that boat. But it seems like everybody's forgotten about the creepiness that is the Darby and Beelzebub. I can't. Robin is drunk and weird. I don't understand what she's doing on that bed. But apparently they finna leave. They get back to the house and they're finna, Robin and Batman finna leave. Chris told Candace about him trying to make inroads with Beelzebub down to the kitchen, and she took an off ramp. And he's trying to take up for for Beelzebub to Candace. And Candace was like, raggedy bitches will always take the side road when you trying to do right by them. And I'm with Candace. Do not trust Beelzebub. Chris is wanting Candace to not be provoked by Ashley. But nigga, you can't be trying to control her either. They drunk. So Giselle is down to the confessional, and I don't know what she thinks she's doing, but in her explanation of how Wendy is treating her, it's hilarious to me, because it's like, yeah, yes, girl, yes. What else did you expect? You deserve all of that. But she's saying it as if we're supposed to empathize with her. No, I don't even have a fuck to give about you having your foot cracked up here. You hobble your ass down them stairs to the west room or find another room to dwell in till the time your call sheet say you up. And see, nigga. So, Robin, you were in no danger of having Juan coming on the trip with you. She says that Wendy should have accommodated everybody, but you weren't to be of any arrival. You said down to the group text or group chat, listen, you invited me rudely and I'm not coming. So why should I make a special space for you and accommodate your amenities? You get the bare necessities. You uninvited yourself, and the producers re-invited you, beloved. You get what is left over. The end, period. It's the following morning and everyone's waking up and recovering from the previous day, and Mia's husband must have used Ashley's or Beelzebub emphasis on the bulb ahead as breast milk that she must be willy-nilly leaving anywhere. So Mia is complaining about the fact that the trip isn't a luxurious trip because there's no help or servants. They're going into discussion about what's going on between Mia and Candace. Mia's explaining it to her husband. And basically, she said Candace has a lot of growing up to do, which I say, no. It's just that she's young. I'm starting to feel like she is the youngest. So because whatever she does is a one up to whatever they think she's supposed to do, what essentially happens is they assigned it to her youth, which she ain't even all that young, and she's not even acting all that young. What she is doing is acting energetic. And because these slow witted people can't contend and match wits at the speed of the verbal jousting, what continues to happen is they deflect it as being young. But Robin acts way more childish than Candace. Robin is inappropriate and untimely. But nobody calls her on that. But it's every time that Candace reacts or responds to what is on the table and it becomes something that they can't contend with, then it's immature instead of out of my league. But let's resume. They're all on the phone catching up with their families. Boring. Karen doesn't look well in this confessional. I don't like the hair. I don't like the dress. It's making her look like a caricature, like a character in a play on Broadway where it's extra. But I don't find it tacky that Batman and Robin left for their own hotel because that's their prerogative. If they meet call time, let them do that. They wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. Bless your heart. So they all down to the kitchen and they trying to get breakfast started. And Beelzebub asks Mia's husband, "Are you cooking? Are you a chef?" He said, "For me, I am. I don't know how to cook for no large people." Mia goes, "Stop that." He said, "I don't know how to cook for no large groups. Just up the ingredients." So they call Batman to see where she is at and where she will be. When will she be down to the home or whatever? And how she left was rude. And the fact that she didn't address the host. And Giselle, aka Batman, goes to Lion talking about something the host never spoke to me. No, the host spoke to you, didn't give you the red carpet treatment, but the host spoke to you. Dr. Cepho spoke to you. So they all in the kitchen. Beelzebub has to announce 3 or 4 times she going to the gym. They're down there trying to get food started and whatever. And Mia's husband tell Chris, "I got drunk. I got undrunk. Time to get re-drunk." Chris goes, "Sure." I don't know if that mean I'm down with it or good for you. Dr. Osava brings up asking Mia how she feels, and Mia said, "Yeah, I'm willing to talk." And then she gets to the confessionals and asks why Candace is going so low in her insults. But girl, this is the point in which I defer in speaking because I get too invested and I see the gaslighting and the provocation. Ray is now at the house greeting the husbands, and they are playing up his age and and the way he's slow walking in the house. And now he's with Karen. Candace say, "I don't know if I can go over the boat hungover." He said, "Just lean over the side, girl." Batman and Robin returns. Again with Batman down to the confessional talking about she don't greet me, she don't. It's again, no fucks given by me. You deserve that. I don't know if you're saying this to be shade, but it very much isn't. Ray comes into the room and they greet him accordingly. So Ray treating Batman's life. So Batman tell Ray, "Listen, your wife is the reason why I broke the toe." Ray go, "Karen." She say, "You the reason why you broke the toe. How'd you miss the neck?" Get her the fuck up out of here. again, Batman is down to the confessionals, and the confession, it might just be me, but her confessionals aren't reading the way she thinks they're reading, because girl, your life was treated, quite literally, he treated your life through his wife, and you think you're laughing it off, and you can't laugh with us on this, beloved. Just like your complaints about the way Wendy is treating you. I feel that Dr. Osefa is warranted in the way she is treating you. They down to the boat for the photo shoot, taking pictures everywhere. So the boat is laid. They got food, seats, space, bless their hearts. Mia on the boat line, Robin telling her she's still cute in this boot. Bless your heart, you gonna try by any means necessary, by hook or crook. You gonna try to be in her good side. I don't know why. I really don't. Skylar and Robin are discussing the accommodation and what happened when her and Batman left. They are discussing, basically, Ascala and Robin are discussing Robin's relationship with Dr. Osefa and how it's contentious. It's boring. Ascala is trying to play mediator between Dr. Osefa and Robin. Mia's being messy and going back and telling what Robin is talking about to Dr. Osefa. But she didn't bring that back, as if Mia didn't explain what actually was being said. So I wouldn't trust nothing Wendy said not Wendy, but Mia said, based on the fact that she lied about what Batman said at Candace's trip. I noticed it's Mia going from Robin to Dr. Osefa in both scenarios when she going playing telephone. Y'all love Mia? Did Batman say she loved Mia? I know what it is. It's clicked up. It's a game show. Dr. Osefa asks her what the problem is, and Robin basically said she doesn't want to go into it because she doesn't want to have debate. And Dr. Osefa was like, okay, it is what it is. And then that was that. It's starting to bore me now. Now, the fact that Dr. Osefa is saying that the house was booked before Batman broke her toe, I have to change my perspective a little bit. Like, you invited them before you broke the toe. So you were before you even invited them, this house was booked. So you could not accommodate them even for what you were asking of them to bring spouses. You could not accommodate them properly. So you were wrong, but not saying that you're wrong in the way it ended up. It just so happened God is in your favor. But technically, you shouldn't be inviting nobody if you don't have the appropriate space for the collective. Kelly said, come on, we all checked on you because a scholar checked on you in the group chat. So we was all reacting to whatever happened in that group chat. I guess Robin said somebody pissed on the floor. They all denying it. Now, Dr. El Cepho said, you're a mean girl and a bully. And Robin is trying to play the environment against the actual substance. So Beelzebub down to the confessional said Darby would be pissed if she brought him around for that. And the men excused themselves from the boat, from the top of the boat, and go to the bottom of the boat. But they still not discussing nothing. So Mia is apologizing to Candace and saying she don't want to be responsible for inflicting any negative on anybody. And she's minimizing it to me, but okay. So Candace is in her feelings. She was hurt by what Mia said. Now she cries and everybody's gonna be upset with her. But that's okay. If she was hurt, she was hurt. Y'all know this girl wear her heart on her sleeve, apparently. And y'all be Jones and Candy for her voice cracking. I would wish Candy down to Housewives of Atlanta would finally let one of them tears flow and not just let her voice crack. Essentially, Candace was hurt by Mia calling her project low budget. That's why she turned her head and did the I know you are, but what am I? But it was your mama loves your budget. But we gonna pretend like that ain't what it is. And y'all starting to tell on yourselves. Y'all ain't from my culture. Y'all ain't saying y'all ain't who you say you are. Y'all coming out of turn. Y'all speaking out of turn and speaking like y'all know my culture. Because if that is offensive to the degree in which y'all are elevating it to, then bless your hearts. Bless your hearts. You are not one of my kind. You don't come from where I come from. You don't know my traditions. You don't know my customs. You don't know my motto. You don't speak my language. You may pretend to know my language as your second language, but you don't know my language. You don't know me. Stop, come about my culture talking on my behalf. Talking like you don't know what a yo mama is. It's a, I know you are, but what am I? She slung back at this hoe. And y'all is trying to make it into more than what it is. Stop playing with my culture like that. Stop acting like you don't know what Jones and Flame and Heat and Roast and Gun and Treating, Swerve and Curving, all of that mean. The dozens. But y'all playing like y'all don't know. They made money off of that. It was a whole fucking franchise on MTV where they culturally appropriated my culture and called it Yo Mama Jokes. So let's stop playing with this. Y'all are being fake, faint, and phony. You can tell she an artist because she feels so much. When I'm talking about she, I'm talking about Candace. And she's speaking from an artist's perspective. Now, a lot of people not gonna like it, but whatever. But as an artist, I guess you gotta remember, like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. I don't believe Mia says she don't want to intentionally hurt somebody because I feel like she's been trying to intentionally hurt a lot of people, intentionally lie to create confusion. Beloved, I find you disingenuous. No, ma'am. So Candace is apologizing for the your mama is low budget comment. I guess, but your mama. So Mia goes into the confession, not the confession, but she confesses to the group what happened with her mama and why it's so sensitive that the your mama joke hit her close. Candace expresses some empathy for Mia, but I could be just viewing it through a calloused and jaded eye. But don't nobody want to go through that or want to see nobody go through that. But I find it convenient when you become emotional about that. But you're entitled to your feelings and your tears too. Let them flow. I'd rather you let them flow than be on some shaky voice shit. Just cry, please. So they get on the bus with snack, look like Henny bottles and water bottles and cheese and wine and all the kinds. Dude, the sensitivity about little shit. I know G is inappropriate, and it will get on your nerves that somebody talking to you, but I find it interesting that Candace is the one, not Candace, that Beelzebub is the one talking about people's husbands and shit. It's a lack of self-awareness for me. I think that's where the entertainment lies, in the lack of self-awareness in these types of shows. So Mia comes for Beelzebub head. So that's that on Real Housewives of Potomac. Into the ethos till the future says so.